Hi, so we're just here to talk to you guys about Awaken Belize, which is a ministry, but it's also a youth and young adult conference that was started back in 2010 with friends of ours from Dallas, Texas, Dustin and Monica Sample. And we are about to have our 8th Awaken Belize Youth Conference. Over the years, it has evolved into much more than a youth conference. We do a lot of things throughout the year. As in the last few years, we've really sought to have an impact on families and not just the July conference. So this is our big event of the year, though, and we look forward to it every summer. It's a lot of work, and really what it is just 3 days, 3 nights of sports and services at night with the young people of our community, with videos, drama, dance, speakers, and worship. And we've always used it as an outreach tool for our community. So I don't know if you have anything to add to that, but that's what Awaken Belize Conference is that we do every summer in July.
Over the past, we've covered raising funds for scholarships for kids to go to school. We've assisted with some housing projects to help some poor people get some roofs over their heads and new homes and stuff like that. We're always busy interacting with the community.
All right, and so everything we do, our worship center and Bible studies and mentoring and leadership training kind of all falls under the umbrella of Awaken Belize. But as we get ready for the conference, of course, our focus is on that. And some of the effects that the conference has had over the years, as I was thinking through this, I thought sometimes it's really hard to see the effects. We don't always see the fruit of what we've done through the actual conference in the summer. But I do know that some of our core leaders that are now leading Awaken and planning Awaken and executing it, from here in Belize, are young people that we got to know through the Awaken Conference. So they have testimonies of how the Lord touched them and how they came to Christ and decided to begin serving Him through the Awaken Conference. So I know that's one awesome effect. I also know that a lot of people that come to Awaken every year don't go to church. While we do get some youth groups that come, and now over the years they've begun to come from out of town, a lot of the people from right here in our community come every year. They look forward to it, but they aren't regular church goers. And so that's always been a big heart of Awaken, is to reach the unreached, let's say, and to share the gospel with them and love them. But it's really hard to see the full effects. I know what the people that have come through our ministry as a result of Awaken, and they're, it's awesome. But I think there's so much more that we can't see behind the scenes. So it's hard. I wish I could tell the full effect, but we may never know. We may never know.
So when we first started this, our hearts was just to see lives changed, to see young people become committed to the Lord, and to just have them live successful and productive lives through finding Christ and just what He brings to our lives, reliving. So through the years, there might only be a few that are around us, but that's our heart, to see their lives transformed and to see them become a success on this earth.
Yeah. Every year, I'm even thinking from last year's Awaken, there's some people that come and we know them, they're in our village, and then we've never really known them well. But last year, for example, a young lady, she's not a youth, she's a young adult, a mother, single mom. She just heard about Awaken, actually watching Emilio on Plus TV with Pastor Lewis Wade, one of our speakers who speaks every year at our conference, and they were talking about the conference, and she said, "Oh, I need to go check it out. That's right in my village." And she came, and on the last night of Awaken, she pulled us aside and said she wants to get involved in Bible study and worship, and she's been coming, and she brings her 2 kids, to worship. And so that's one of the stories and similar ones like that over the years, where we've just seen how just one life, one at a time, and we're really thankful for that. Would we love to see more? Absolutely, but one of the things that Awaken has really sought to do is even to strengthen the local church and other youth groups, and we hope that other youth groups are getting stronger, that they're getting more kids, that they're the young people that come from their youth groups and get to worship and hear the speakers and all those things, that their lives are being changed and they're impacting their own churches. So it's not just to grow the worship center, but it's to grow this community and the kingdom of God in the community. We don't really care where they end up getting discipled. We just want them to come to the Lord. So
that's why it's important that we continue doing what we're doing and that we be involved in Awaken Belize ministries, because if it's one life, just one life we see transformed, it was all worth it. And we've seen much more than one, people that are very committed to just keeping God as the focus of their lives through Jesus Christ. And so we do what we do because we find that is important to us. That is where we find our reason for being as a family, as a unit, and as this group of us called Awaken Belize Ministries.
And also where we live, our village is in a kind of an isolated area. We're 2 hours from the nation's capital. We're kind of far removed from a lot of ministries and events. And really nothing happens like this for young people in our area. So we've always wanted to, give an opportunity for people who live close by and right here in our community, that they don't have to pay money to go to a big conference up in Belmopan or Belize City, that it's right here. It's free. We make it free. We don't charge to come in or to register. And so it's a great event. It's different. Sometimes we do things a little out of the box, and we just want to make it a really creative and unique experience for the people right here, because we are kind of off the beaten path of where some major events in our nation happen. And I was thinking of why we do this and why we're involved. And yes, we want people to come to Christ. We want people to come to know the Lord. But a big part of what we do in ministry is raising up leaders, on a practical level. And one of the things that Awaken has been able to do is to raise up leaders and training them and giving them an opportunity to serve and to lead right here in front of their own people, and serving them and leading and in different aspects. I mean, whether it be through prayer, whether it be through doing a dance on stage or a drama or sharing a testimony or administrative work, because it takes a lot to make the conference happen. I think it's given a great opportunity to train leaders and young people to take on a big event and show them how to do it and let them do it. So that's one of the other reasons we're involved, is because it's helped develop leaders in people. And whether they end up being in Christian ministry leadership or leadership in some other sphere of life, I know that Awaken, the conference, has actually taught them a lot about leadership. So
Wake Up Belize, that's why Awaken is here, so that your life matters and you find purpose in your life.
And just on an ending note, the impact of people, I just wanted to repeat again how it's hard to know the full impact and the scope of influence that the conference has had over the years. But personally, we know that 5 of our core leaders for Awaken, out of those 5, 3 of them are the direct result of Awaken Belize and coming to a conference. And so I think that's awesome. That's more than 50% of our leadership team is the result of the conference. So that's the goal. That's what we want to do.
Hundreds and hundreds of kids have passed through the doors of Awaken. So
yes.
We really can't know the full effect because they come from different communities and from across Belize visiting. So.
Yeah, and while this may be the last Awaken for a while, the conference, I believe that God can revive it. What we do need is more leaders and a stronger team. But one of the things that we're going out with is on a strong note, and something that we've always desired to see is that this Awaken will be. We will have some visitors from out of town coming to assist in some, behind the scenes roles, but it's being funded, it's being created, it's being designed, it's being developed, and it will be implemented fully Belizean. We will not have a team from the States. While we have had incredible help over the years, our friends Dustin Sample and Monica Sample have been integral in making Awaken Belize happen and bringing teams. This year we don't have that, and that's good. It's a good thing, and we're thankful for the help we are getting, but we're really excited that the worship team will be fully Belizean, that the dance, the drama, the things happening on stage will be led by Belizean young people, and for that we're really thankful. So thank you for taking time to watch, and we appreciate your support and your love for Awaken Belize.